It's a unique vehicle from the 1960s. Hi, it's Bud Wilkinson. This time it's a story on a Dodge A100 pickup. It looks like a van with its rear roof hacked off. The Dodge A100 pickup that was built from 1964 through 1970. John O'Clair of Norfolk, Connecticut, has owned a desert turquoise and white 1967 edition since 2015.
These were a cheap vehicle to buy back in the 60s, and they were made to compete with the Ford Econoline van and the Corvair ramp side. You don't see a lot of them around because they were a cheap work truck that somebody could buy for a couple $1,000s, brand new back then.
O'Clair owns the Norbrook Farm Brewery in Colebrook. He purchased the A100 before starting the scenic Hilltop Brewery, which regularly hosts car shows and cruises.
This particular one came from eastern Oregon, where it's high desert. They only get like 4 inches of rain a year, and it was used by an appliance repairman out there. A fellow in Hillsdale, New York, Tom McClurg, got wind of it. He brought it into Hillsdale, and he put it for sale. I saw it, bought it in 2015, and then that began like a 7 or 8 year restoration project. It was solid as far as rust goes, but it had all kinds of dents and bends because it had been used as a work truck all of its life. There was good bones because it's a unibody construction. There's no frame underneath it, but everything that had been tossed in the pickup bed over the years created a dent, and all that had to be taken out during the bodywork process, but it came out nice.
The A100 has a cab-over design with a replacement 360 cubic inch V8 beneath the cab, wedged between the driver's and passenger seats. It came with a 273 cubic inch V8 and has an automatic transmission with the shift lever in the dashboard.
The conversion to a bigger V8, a 360, was easy because all the mounts were there and everything lined up. We took a lot of care to insulate the doghouse. The engine is right in between the driver and the passenger. The doghouse, as they call the cowl over the engine, is very well insulated for both heat and noise, but you wouldn't want to be driving it in the middle of July cross country.
The Dodge pickup has one feature that isn't seen, but probably helps when it comes to driving.
When I got to disassembling it, there is a cast iron counterweight behind the rear axle and ahead of the bumper that Dodge chose to put in there to compensate for the fact that with all that sheet metal removed from the van, converted to the pickup truck, they put that big cast iron counterweight to give it some stability and replace that missing weight for stability and handling purposes, I assume.
The process of restoring the A100 took longer than O'Clair anticipated, and it's only been running and on the road since spring 2023.
A brewery got in the way 2016 through 2018, 2019, and it sat in pieces at my house right next door.
He is pleased, though, with how the A100 turned out, considering the model's profile in the 1960s.
Everybody remembers the 60s and Bill Maverick's Little Red Express wagon that would pull a wheelie for the whole quarter mile, and they were just kind of cool. And when I saw this one, I said, wow, that'd make a really, really nice project.
That's Ride Connecticut. I'm Bud Wilkinson, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe.